Let's talk about something that's been bothering me for a while. Every day, I see people making the same mistakes with their money, and it's not because they are lazy or stupid. It's because they believe myths about financial freedom that simply aren't true. These myths are like invisible chains. They keep you stuck in the same financial patterns, wondering why you're not making progress while others seem to be getting ahead. Today, we're going to break those chains by exposing the biggest lies about money that might be sabotaging your financial future. Myth number 1. You need to make 6 figures to build wealth. This is probably the most dangerous myth out there, and I'll tell you why. It makes people wait. They think, once I get that promotion or when I start making $100,000, then I'll start investing. Here's the reality. I know people making $200,000 a year who are living paycheck to paycheck. I also know teachers, retail workers, and janitors who became millionaires. The difference isn't their salary, it's what they do with their money. Let me give you some real numbers. If you invest just $200 a month starting at age 25, assuming a 7% annual return, you'll have over $500,000 by age 65. That's less than $7 a day. Most people spend more than that on coffee and lunch. The key is starting early and being consistent. Time is your biggest asset, not your salary. A person who starts investing $100 a month at 22 will have more money at retirement than someone who starts investing $500 a month at 35. That's the power of compound interest. Stop waiting for the perfect income. Start with what you have, even if it's just $25 a month. Your future self will thank you. Myth number 2, investing is only for rich people. This myth comes from old movies where investing meant calling a stockbroker and buying expensive stocks. That world doesn't exist anymore. Today, you can start investing with $5. Apps let you buy fractional shares of expensive stocks. You can own a piece of Apple or Amazon for the price of a sandwich. Even better, you can invest in index funds that give you exposure to hundreds of companies at once. The real barrier isn't money, it's knowledge and fear. People are scared of losing money, so they keep it in savings accounts earning 0.5% interest while inflation eats away at their purchasing power. Here's what I wish someone had told me earlier: the biggest risk isn't losing money in the stock market. It's keeping your money in cash and watching it lose value every year to inflation. Start small, learn as you go, and remember that you don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Myth number 3. You have to choose between enjoying life now and saving for later. This is the scarcity mindset talking, and it's completely false. Financial freedom isn't about living like a monk and eating ramen noodles for 20 years. It's about making smart choices so you can have both security and enjoyment. The trick is understanding the difference between spending and investing in experiences. Going out to eat occasionally? That's fine. Buying a coffee every morning because it brings you joy? Also, fine. Spending $800 a month on a car payment for a car you can't afford? That's a problem. Here's a simple framework I use, the 50-30-20 rule. Spend 50% of your after-tax income on needs like rent and groceries. Use 30% for wants like entertainment and hobbies. Save and invest 20%. This isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being intentional with your money so you can enjoy today while building tomorrow. The people who are truly financially free are the ones who learn to balance both. Myth number 4, debt is always bad. Not all debt is created equal, and understanding this can change your financial life. Bad debt makes you poorer over time. Credit card debt, expensive car loans, and loans for luxury items fall into this category. This debt usually has high interest rates and is for things that lose value. Good debt can actually make you wealthier. A mortgage on a house that appreciates in value, student loans that increase your earning power, or business loans that generate income can all be considered good debt. The key is the interest rate and what you're buying. If you can invest money and earn more than you're paying in interest, taking on debt can actually be smart. For example, if you have a mortgage at 3% interest but can invest in index funds earning 7% on average, you're better off investing extra money rather than paying off the mortgage early. This doesn't mean you should go crazy with debt. It means you should be strategic about it. Good debt should be manageable, have reasonable interest rates, and help you build wealth over time. Myth number 5. budgets are restrictive and no fun. I used to hate budgets too. I thought they were like diets, all about saying no to everything I wanted. Then I realized I was thinking about them completely wrong. A budget isn't a restriction, it's a plan. It's telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. When you have a budget, you actually have more freedom because you know exactly how much you can spend guilt-free. Think of it like this: if you're planning a road trip, you make a plan for where you want to go and how you'll get there. A budget is just a roadmap for your money. The best budgets include fun money. In fact, I recommend having a no questions asked category in your budget where you can spend money on whatever you want without justification. This prevents the feeling of being restricted and makes it easier to stick to your plan. Start simple. Track your spending for a month without changing anything. Just see where your money is going. Then make small adjustments. You don't need a perfect budget, you need one that works for your life. Myth number 6. Financial freedom means never working again. This myth creates an impossible standard that discourages people from even trying. True financial freedom isn't about sitting on a beach doing nothing forever. It's about having choices. It means you can work because you want to, not because you have to. You can take risks, pursue passions, or help others without worrying about money. Some people achieve financial freedom and keep working because they love what they do. Others start new businesses, volunteer, or spend more time with family. The point is having options. Financial freedom is also not an all-or-nothing goal. There are levels to it. Maybe first you want enough savings to cover emergencies. Then enough to take a sabbatical. Then enough to retire early if you want to. Each level gives you more freedom and less stress. You don't have to wait until you have millions to start feeling more secure and having more choices in your life. Myth number 7. You need perfect market timing to build wealth. This myth has probably cost people more money than any other. It's the belief that you need to buy low and sell high to make money investing. Here's the truth: even professional investors can't consistently time the market. The best strategy for building wealth is time in the market, not timing the market. Dollar cost averaging is your friend. This means investing the same amount regularly regardless of what the market is doing. Sometimes you'll buy when prices are high, sometimes when they are low. Over time, you'll get an average price that works in your favor. The stock market has ups and downs, but over long periods, it has always gone up. Since 1950, the S&P 500 has had positive returns in about 70% of all years. Even in the down years, patient investors who stayed the course were rewarded when the market recovered. Missing just the 10 best days in the market over a 20-year period can cut your returns in half. This is why trying to time the market is so dangerous. You might miss the best days while waiting for the perfect time to invest. Myth number 8. You should pay off all debt before investing. This sounds logical, but it's not always the smartest financial move. It depends on the interest rates and opportunity cost. If you have high-interest debt like credit cards charging 18% interest, yes, pay that off first. You're not going to consistently make 18% in the stock market, so paying off this debt is like getting a guaranteed 18% return. But what about lower interest debt? If you have student loans at 4% interest or a mortgage at 3%, you might be better off investing extra money instead of paying off these debts early. Here's why. The stock market has averaged about 10% annual returns over the long term. If you can invest money and potentially earn 10% while paying 4% interest on debt, you come out ahead. Plus, there's another benefit to investing while paying off low-interest debt. You're building wealth and improving your cash flow at the same time. This gives you more flexibility and security than putting all your extra money toward debt payments. The key is being strategic. Pay off high-interest debt first, make minimum payments on low-interest debt, and invest the difference. Myth number 9. Real estate is always a good investment. Real estate can be a great investment, but it's not automatically better than other options, and it's definitely not risk-free. Houses require maintenance, property taxes, insurance, and sometimes major repairs. If you move frequently, the transaction costs of buying and selling can eat up any gains. And despite what you might hear, house prices don't always go up. Real estate also ties up a lot of your money in one asset in one location. If the local economy struggles, your investment suffers. With stocks, You can own pieces of companies all over the world, spreading your risk. That said, real estate can be part of a good financial plan. Your primary residence can build equity over time while providing shelter. Rental properties can generate income. Real estate investment trusts, REITs, let you invest in real estate without directly owning property. The point is to think of real estate as one tool in your toolkit, not the only tool. Diversification is key to building wealth safely. Myth number 10, it's too late to start. This is the most heartbreaking myth because it stops people from taking action when they could still make a huge difference in their financial future. Yes, starting early is better because of compound interest. But starting late is infinitely better than never starting at all. Let me give you some perspective. If you're 40 and start investing $300 a month, you'll still have over $300,000 by age 65, assuming a 7% return. That's not millions, but it's a lot better than nothing. Plus, people are living and working longer now. Retirement might last 20 or 30 years. Even if you start investing at 50, you still have decades for your money to grow. And remember, financial freedom isn't just about retirement. Building an emergency fund, paying off debt, and having some investments can improve your life at any age. The peace of mind that comes from financial security is valuable whether you're 25 or 55. The best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Breaking free from these myths. Now that we've exposed these myths, how do you move forward? Here's your action plan. First, change your mindset. Stop thinking about all the reasons you can't build wealth and start focusing on what you can do with what you have right now. Second, start small but start today. Open an investment account, even if you can only put in $25. Set up automatic transfers so investing becomes a habit, not a decision you make every month. Third, educate yourself continuously. Read books, watch videos, listen to podcasts. The more you learn about money, the more confident you'll become and the better decisions you'll make. Fourth, focus on the basics. Spend less than you earn, invest the difference consistently, avoid high-interest debt, and be patient. Wealth building isn't complicated, but it does require discipline. Finally, remember that personal finance is personal. What works for someone else might not work for you. Design a plan that fits your life, your goals, and your values. Your financial freedom journey starts now. These myths have probably held you back long enough. The truth is, building wealth isn't about having perfect conditions or making perfect decisions. It's about making good enough decisions consistently over time. You don't need to be rich to start building wealth. You don't need to be a financial expert. You don't need perfect timing or a crystal ball. You just need to start and stay consistent. Your financial freedom journey begins with the very next dollar you earn. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to let these myths continue to hold you back, or are you ready to take control of your financial future? The choice is yours, and the time is now. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let them down. Kindly like and subscribe for more financial tips. Thank you, I'll see you soon.